Hello, everyone. I think we had a bit of a freeze there with the internet because it seems to have been running for quite a while. Anyway, let's get on with today. Welcome to the live stream. My name is James, and today we are going to be looking at some Ielts speaking. So, in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about the topic of shopping. We'll look at some example questions from part one of the IELTS speaking test, and we'll look at some example answers and some useful vocabulary that you can use while answering those questions. So before we do any of that, let's run the intro and we'll come back. Okay, so the contents today, we are going to start with a brief introduction to the topic of shopping. We'll look at our example IELTS questions and some example answers. And within those answers, we'll get some vocabulary and we'll have a little bit of a quiz. And also, we'll get a chance to practice using some of the vocabulary from today's lesson. Now, just before we go on, please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You can also find links to all of our social media down in the link below this video. So go and check out our Instagram, WhatsApp groups, and so on. All right. Now, before we get on with the main part of today's lesson, we have quite a few people in the chat saying hello. So Layla is here saying hello. Oh, hi, James. I hope you're doing well. I am doing very well, Layla. Thank you for asking. I hope you are also doing well. Oh, I would like to let you know that I might not be able to join today, but absolutely watch it later. No problem, Layla. The video will be on YouTube forever, so you can watch it whenever you are free. We've got someone saying a big hi. So hi to you. And Sleepwalker is here saying hello, everyone. And James, hi. Hello to you, Sleepwalker. I hope you are doing well. Sleepwalker is saying shopping is a huge topic. Yeah, I think it's one of those topics that they're not only useful for things like the IELTS test or other types of tests, but it's really useful for everyday speech. People talk about shopping all the time. So hopefully today we'll get some useful vocabulary and see how we can answer questions related to this topic. Layla is here saying hello, James. Hello, Layla. Great to have you in the stream again. And Layla is saying hello to everyone. Thank you very much, Sleepwalker. It's always very important to know that people can hear and see me, especially today. It took a long time for the broadcast to start. So I'm not sure if I was just sitting here in silence and you could see me or what was going on. But it's great to know that you can hear and see me. Thanks, Sleepwalker. Anna Maria's here. Hello, James. Long time no see. Yes, it's been a while, Anna Maria. I hope you are doing very well. And Anna and Sleepwalker saying hello to you as well. Ravi is here saying hello. And how are you, James? I am fine today, Ravi. I've been quite busy today preparing things, but been pretty good. And how have you been, Ravi? I hope you're doing very, very well. And a lot of expressions. There are so many expressions related to shopping. We will look at some of them today. So some of the vocabulary might be quite simple today, and then some of the other stuff. There'll be some idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs as well, mixed in with all of that vocabulary. Anna Marie is saying, hi, Carla Cease. Hello, teacher. You got this. Thank you very much, Carla Cease. Great to see you in the stream today as well. So I'm going to pop my head down into the corner and we're going to go on with the lesson. So shopping is something that most people do on a daily basis, whether that is going to the store before you go to your work to buy some chewing gum, or to go to a furniture store and buy a new bed, or whatever it may be. We do this a lot. So, what exactly do we mean by shopping? So, it's always good, I think, to start off with a definition. So, shopping is a noun, and basically, it's the action or activity of purchasing goods from stores, either physically, meaning you go to the store, or online, where we can use our phone or computer to buy products. So obviously, shopping it comes from the word shop, and shop is the place that you go to buy things. So shop becomes shopping. Shop can also be used as a verb, to shop. So I like to shop. There, we can use it as a verb. So again, some examples. I like to go shopping with my friends at the weekend. My sister doesn't like shopping. So there's how we're using it here as a noun in some sentences. So we are going to look at some commonly used shopping vocabulary today. We'll have some quizzes and example questions and answers. And please feel free to ask any questions or make your own sample sentences in the video chat as the lesson goes on. I will be stopping the lesson every 10 minutes or so to check the chat and see what comments are coming in. So please, any questions you have, feel free to write them in the chat. So let's get started. We are going to look at some sample questions taken from part 1 of the Ielts speaking test. And shopping is a topic that comes up very, very often in the Ielts speaking test. So I'll be giving some sample answers to these questions later, and that will give you an idea of what you would need to do when it comes to taking that IELTS speaking test. I'll give you a basic structure and show you the type of length your answers should be in part 1. So let's look at these questions. So I have chosen 6 questions that commonly come up in the IELTS speaking test when the topic is shopping. So the first one, do you enjoy shopping? How often do you shop online? What kind of shops do you usually visit? What was the last thing you bought? Do you prefer shopping alone or with other people? Describe a popular place to go shopping in your town. So we'll notice with these types of questions, in part 1 of the speaking exam, they're asking about you. All of this part 1, all of the topics are about you, the things that you like or don't like, about you describing places you go, things you do, and so on. So these are the types of questions you should be expecting on this topic. So what I have done today is I have taken the first 4 questions and I have made a sample answer for each of them. Now, within my sample answers, I've used some useful vocabulary, and we're going to highlight that vocabulary and we're going to try and figure out what these words mean, and then we're going to try to use them in some sentences. So let's look at the first question again. Do you enjoy shopping? So when we get this type of question in the IELTS speaking test, we want to kind of aim to speak for maybe 15 to 20 seconds. So we don't just want to give a simple answer. So this is a good way to start your answer. Yes, I enjoy shopping. So that's a great start. You've answered the question. But in the IELTS speaking test, the examiner is looking for you to give more in your answer. So you should then go on and give some more details about your answer here. So we've answered, yes, I enjoy shopping. We want to tell them some more. So maybe we would say, I like to go to a shopping mall once or twice a month with my friends. I really enjoy window shopping because I don't have a lot of money to spend. So immediately here, we've got a much, much better answer. We've got more detail here, and the examiner is going to like this. However, I think we could give a little bit more. So I've added another part. I'm always looking to snap up a bargain, so I usually try to shop around. So you may have noticed I have put some words here in yellow. And we're going to look at a little bit more detail in a minute at these 5 words and expressions. But again, just to have a look at the answer. So if we look at the question, do you enjoy shopping? We need to answer the question first of all. Yes, I enjoy shopping. Then we need to give a little bit more detail. So remember, these questions, the examiner is looking for you to do the work here. They don't want to be asking you lots and lots and lots of questions. They want to ask you one and you try to give a full answer. So we've talked about where we like to go, what we like to do when we're shopping, um, another thing about what we like to do when shopping. So we've got really gone into detail here with our answer. And I think this is probably about 20 to 25 seconds if you were speaking at normal speed. So yes, I enjoy shopping. I like to go to a shopping mall once or twice a month with my friends. I really enjoy window shopping because I don't have a lot of money to spend. I'm always looking to snap up a bargain, so I usually try to shop around. So, probably about 20 seconds that answer. I think this is the kind of perfect length for IELTS speaking part 1. So, let's move on and look at that vocabulary that I highlighted in the yellow. So, the words were shopping mall, window shopping, snap up, bargain, and shop around. So, all of these are useful expressions and useful words when we talk about shopping. But what do they mean? So, what we have here are 5 definitions. You are going to try to match the definitions by matching the words. So, we've got number 1, looking at goods usually without intending to buy. So we're just looking, we're not planning to buy something. So what word or phrase best matches up with this? We've got to buy something quickly. What is the best match for this? A large building that has many shops and restaurants inside it. Number 4, to compare goods offered by different shops. And an item sold at a much lower price than expected. So what I want you to do is take a little bit of time and try to think of which of these words matches best with the definitions. So you can write your answers in the chat. I will check those answers and then I will see who is correct and who is not. So write your answers in the chat and I will check them in just 1 minute. Okay, let's see. Shopping mall is number 3, a large building that has many shops and restaurants inside it. Very good. Layla is also saying number 1 is 3, the large building. Archie is saying shopping mall is number 3, a large building. So I think we've all managed to get this one first of all. Oh, sorry. So yeah, let's have a look at some answers to the other ones. Gui is saying shop around is to compare goods offered by different shops. Okay. Sleepwalker is saying snap up is to buy something quickly. Okay, up here. Archie is saying window shopping is 5, an item sold at a much lower price than expected. Okay. Sleepwalker is saying bargain is an item sold at a much lower price than expected. Sleepwalker is also saying to compare goods offered by different shops is shop around. Okay. Layla is saying 2 is 1, window shopping, looking at goods usually without intending to buy. Okay, very good. And do we have any other answers coming in? Let's see what answers you can have here. Okay, let's just have a quick check and then. All right, so we'll go through the answers now. So, looking at goods usually without intending to buy is window shopping. We're just looking in the window. We're not actually wanting to buy anything. We're just looking at the products. Window shopping. To buy something quickly is to snap something up. So, snap it up means get it quickly. The large building, you are all correct, was a shopping mall, sometimes known as a shopping center. To compare goods offered by different shops is to shop around. So maybe we've seen, let's say we've seen a nice new jacket in one shop, and we go to another shop and see if we can find the same jacket, maybe at a different price. So shop around. So that leaves our last one. An item sold at a much lower price than expected is a bargain. So these are our definitions of the words. Now, it's always good to use these words in sentences and practice using them. It's definitely the best way, I think, to remember vocabulary. So that's what we're going to try and do next. I want you to use these 5 words and expressions, and I want you to try and use them in some of your own sentences. So, again, just writing in the chat things like maybe I go to a shopping mall once a year, or I don't like window shopping, whatever it may be. So I'll give you a little bit of time to write in your answers. And then if they need correcting, I will correct them. So while I'm waiting for some sentences, let's look at some comments. Sony is here saying hello, everyone, and hello, James. Hello, Sony. How are you today? Gui saying blessings, blessings. Very nice. And Meifong is here. Meifong Chi is saying hello, James. Hello to you. Layla earlier on was saying shopping is a therapy. And I think this is true for many, many people, Layla. It helps them relax. And yeah, it's a type of de stressor. It can be like therapy. Archie's saying it's been a while. Yes. And he said here, I'm passionate about shopping. And whenever I buy some attire, I feel literally filled and in. I would maybe change this, enjoy it a lot. But really nice sentence there, Archie. Let's see what other things we've got. We've got Nazardine saying hello, teacher. Hello to you. I hope you are well today. Sleepwalker is saying, I like to go to the shopping mall on the weekends and buy something nice. Yeah, I think a lot of people love doing this as well, Sleepwalker. They've been working all week, and at the weekend, it's a chance to go out and spend some of their hard earned money. Meifong Chi is saying window shopping is one of the best things to do before we get our salary. Excellent, Meifong Chi. So yeah, you can look, and then maybe when you get your salary, you can go back and buy that item later. So yeah, I think a lot of people enjoy window shopping when they're waiting for their money to come in from their salaries. Do we have any other comments coming in? I think maybe some people's internet connection is a little bit slow today. We've not got many comments coming in. Sleepwalker is saying it can take a long time to find an item at a bargain price. Yes, I think to find bargains, Sleepwalker, we need to be very patient. We have to wait. Now, I know a lot of people wait for that special day. I think it's called Black Friday, where a lot of products go on sale at the same time and you can find a bargain. But at other times of the year, you do have to wait to find a bargain. Excellent sentence, Sleepwalker. Whenever I go outside, I definitely buy something. Every time we go out, you always buy something, Sony. Very good. Gui is saying, yes, I enjoy window shopping, especially in a mall. Very nice. Now, Gui, I would just add a comma after shopping here, and we would have a perfect sentence. Meifong Chi is saying, I will spend a few hours with my friends at the shopping mall every week. No, for this sentence, Meifong Chi, we don't need the will here. Because we are talking about a repeated action, the present simple is enough. So it could just be, I spend a few hours with my friends at the shopping mall every week. Because it's every week, it's routine. Present simple is the best grammar tense to use. I don't like to shop in malls because I can't. Now, what we would put in before bargain here, Layla, is I can't find a bargain or I can't get a bargain. So I just go around window shopping. So we just need to put something before bargain. I can't get a bargain. And this part's excellent. This is a time for barrings, I think bargains due to Christmas. So sometimes there could be a sale before Christmas. So yeah, just check your spelling, GUI. Shri is saying, I don't like window. Now, window is always singular in this. Window shopping. We don't need the S. I don't like window shopping it makes stress. Because if we see the good things and don't have money, it hurts. So I think we need a little bit of punctuation here, Shri. So I don't like window shopping because it makes me stressed. Um, and then I would take a new sentence. If we see good things and don't have money, it hurts. It hurts. Women love to walk and enjoy window shopping. It's therapy too. Excellent, sleepwalker. Let's shop around and find everything you need. Lovely. So we can go to different shops, find the same items, maybe get a cheaper price at one of those shops. But I think your autocorrect isn't working here, Gooey. Bargains. Bargains. I don't like window shopping because it makes me stressed if I don't have money while I find interesting things. While I find. Okay. I would put here with bargains. With bargains, we can't collect quality goods. So I love shopping malls. So with bargains, we can't collect quality goods. So I love shopping malls. Okay, Darshani, good sentence. I thought I could use bargain as a verb. Yes, you can use bargain as a verb, but it has a different meaning as a verb, Leila. So when we use bargain as a verb, it means to kind of negotiate. So if I am bargaining with you, I am trying to agree a price. So as a noun, it has a different meaning. As a noun, it means to get a product at a low price. As a verb, it means to have a negotiation and try to agree a price. So it has a different meaning there, Leila. That's why I corrected the previous sentence. I prefer offline shopping than online. Nice sentence, Sonny. I saw that thing and did not think for a long time it was a snap up. Now, here, Sleepwalker, snap up is a phrasal verb. So we don't use it here. You're using it as a noun. No, we don't use it as a noun. It is a phrasal verb. So I saw that thing and did not think for a long time. We could say, I snapped it up. I snapped it up. So this is a phrasal verb. So we just use snap like any other verb. So I snapped it up. I like shopping from time to time, but the women crazy about shopping more than men. Okay, so we don't need the woman, but women are crazy about shopping more than men. Okay. So let's look at that again then, Layla. Yes. Sorry, Layla. Yeah, so you have used it here as a verb. So this is correct. Sorry, Layla. I had in my mind, because we're using bargain as a noun in my examples, I was expecting that here. So in this occasion, it can be a verb. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was my mistake. Okay. Is it because I'm half asleep? Maybe, Gooey, maybe. Bargaining is the best way to get a best price. So again, we're using bargain as the verb. Here, if we go back in my examples, when we're talking about a bargain, we're using it as a noun here. So an item sold at a much lower price than expected. Now, when we're using it as a verb, like Mei Fong and Layla had done, it means to negotiate or haggle the price. Yeah. You're welcome, Shri. And it's a great way to relax when we shop around. So here we don't need the verb have because we've already got shop as the verb. So when we shop around, when we shop around. Okay, some great sentences there. Now, we're going to move on to our second question of today. And the second question is, how often do you shop online? So Somebody used this. Sony said there, I prefer offline shopping than online. So Sony had brought that up in the her statement, which was great. So again, what I'm going to do is walk you through what I think would be a good answer to this question in the IELTS test. So the first thing we need to do is start off by answering the question. So how often do you shop online? So we've got I rarely shop online. So that is the beginning of our answer. Now we need to build on that and try to give some more details. So the main reason for this is I don't like using my credit card as I'm worried about getting into debt. So what I've done here is explain why I rarely shop online. So I've given the reason. Then also, I think online shopping can lead to impulse buying, and I don't want to end up with lots of useless items. So, again, I think this answer would be about 20 seconds. This is a nice length of answer for part one of the IELTS speaking test. So, again, let's read through together. I rarely shop online. The main reason for this is I don't like using my credit card as I'm worried about getting into debt. Also, I think online shopping can lead to impulse buying, and I don't want to end up with lots of useless items. So, again, I've highlighted some words: rarely, credit card, debt, impulse buying, and useless. All of these things are very, very useful when we're talking about shopping. So let's see if we can match up these words. So I've put A, B, C, D, E this time because the last time having one and one didn't really work. So A is rarely, B is credit card, C is debt, D is impulse buying, and E is useless. And here are our definitions. Allows a person to purchase goods without paying right away. Number two, the buying of goods without planning to do so in advance. Three, something, typically money, that is owed or due. Number four, describes activities that don't happen very often. And number five, a product that is not needed or doesn't serve its intended purpose. So I'll give you a few minutes. Let's try to match the words to the definitions. And then in a minute or two, we'll check and see how you get on with these answers. So we've got some answers coming in, but I think we'll leave it a little bit longer just to make sure everybody gets a chance. I know some people's internet connections run quicker than others. So, yeah, we'll give it a little bit of time and see what answers will come in. Layla's saying, I see, James, I snapped it up. Yep, I bought it immediately. Mei Fong Chi is saying women like to bargain when shopping compared to men. So this has to be men, MEN, and compared. D on the end here, Mei Fong Chi. Very good. I also like to bargain when I go shopping. And we do have another word for this as well. There's another word, haggle. 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 I'll write that in the chat. And that just means the same as to bargain, but I think it's maybe more commonly used to haggle. It was a fleeting decision. Can we say so, James? Or fleeting decision? Yeah. Fleeting decision, something that happens very quickly and we just do this. Yeah, so you can say that. I tried online shopping very few times and was really disappointed. Okay. I would just change this one a few times and was really disappointed. And I think some people have this opinion, Layla. Some people don't like it, especially for buying things like clothes and shoes. Sometimes it's not a good way to do that. We can't be sure of the quality or the size. So yeah, I know a lot of people don't really like that a lot. Okay, so for rarely here, Sleepwalker is saying activities that don't happen very often. And I think Layla is saying that as well. Yep. What else do we have? GUI is saying 5 is D, 1 is B, 1 is B. Okay, I'm getting confused with this. C is 3, Layla is saying. Okay, Sleepwalker. B is 3. Okay, C is 1. D, impulse buying, is 2. And E is 5. All right. Layla is saying impulse buying is the buying of goods without planning to do so in advance. And yep, okay, looks like we're doing this. Debt is a product that is not needed or doesn't serve its intended purpose. Nazardine, maybe try again with that one. Layla is saying useless is a product that's not needed. And you're welcome. And 1 is credit card, so allows a purchase to purchase goods without paying right away. Okay, GUI is saying that as well. Compared, because that's what we are doing. We are comparing things. So, something was compared. So, this has got to do with the grammar of your sentence here. Can I find the women like to bargain when shopping? And again, I would probably put this like to bargain more when shopping compared to men. It's the structure that we use, Meifong, when we're using compare to talk about general statements. We're using the adjective with D. We're comparing it. So it is compared to men. One thing compared to another. So yeah. I've lost where we were here. Sonny is saying rarely is activities we don't do much. Useless, correct. Okay. Archie, in the street or on the street, it depends. Both could be the same. But both could be used. It really depends what we are trying to say. So I found it in the street. The car is on the street. Both of them could be used. In the house, at the house. In the house meaning inside it. At the house could be inside or could be just outside of the house. So slight difference with them. I think in the street, on the street, I think people use these interchangeably. They could both mean the same thing. But in the house, at the house, a little bit different. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. We need to concentrate on today's vocabulary. You're welcome, Archie. Okay, so I think we've all done quite well here. So a credit card allows a person to purchase goods without paying right away. It's on credit, so we don't need to pay right away. The buying of goods without planning to do so in advance is impulse buying. So maybe you're out window shopping and you see something and you just buy it. That is impulse buying. Something, typically money that is owed or due, is debt. debt. And be careful with the pronunciation of this word. The B is silent, so just debt. And yeah, if you owe money, you are in debt. Describes activities that don't happen very often, is rarely, and a product that is not needed or doesn't serve its intended purpose is useless. So, again, all good vocabulary to talk about buying things and shopping. So, let's try this again. Make some sentences, write them in the chat. When I get to them, when I see some of them, I can make some corrections where I think it is needed. So I'll give you some time, everyone. Let's write your sentences in the chat and we'll see what is correct. Carlos Cease was saying number 4 was E. No, number 4 should have been A here. Okay, you're changing it. Yeah, sorry. And then 5 was E. Yep, that was correct. Okay, so let's get these sentences coming in and then we can make some corrections. While I'm waiting for the corrections to come in, let's just look at this word rarely. So rarely is used as an adverb of frequency, we call it. So there are some other words that we can use in its place. So never means 0% of the time. Rarely, just a little bit. Sometimes, a little bit more. Often or usually, a little bit more. And then always means we do it very, very regularly. So these words are really kind of useful to talk when we're answering the question, how often do you do something? So always, often, usually, sometimes, rarely, never. Those 6 words are really good ways to talk when we're answering this type of question. Okay, let's go back and see some of your sentences that are coming in here. Mei Feng Chi, many people prefer to pay with their credit card when shopping. Perfect sentence, Mei Feng Chi. Yeah, there's no corrections I would make here. Really, really nice sentence. And I think these days, credit card is the most popular way people pay. I think maybe 10 or 15 years ago, maybe cash was still more popular. But certainly these days, most people prefer to pay with their credit card. Sleepwalker is saying, I try to avoid impulse buying so as not to make a mistake. Okay, very good. So I try to avoid impulse buying so as not to make it. So I think we don't need as here, so not to make a mistake. Or maybe we could even use as I don't want to make a mistake. As I don't want to make a mistake, I think would be better here. Me too, Sleepwalker. I try to avoid this. Layla is saying, I rarely use my credit card. Perfect sentence, Layla. Excellent, Sleepwalker. Credit cards have become commonplace these days. Commonplace is a great word just to describe something that is very normal, very usual. Lots of people do it. Lovely. Okay, so I would change this a little bit, Gooey. Shopping with credit cards is dangerous. So danger is a noun here. We want to use an adjective because we're describing this action, shopping shopping with credit cards. So is dangerous, O-U-S on the end. Okay, so shopping with credit cards. Very good. I rarely spend more than 3 hours at the mall. Very good use of rarely there, sleepwalker. Again, perfect sentence. Um, Sleepwalker is also saying, so not to make a mistake. I think this is better as I don't want to make a mistake. Yeah, I think this one here works better. It just makes everything run a bit smoother. So I try to avoid impulse buying as I don't want to make a mistake. Yeah, I think that works better there. Darshani is saying, I rarely do online shopping. Very, very good. I rarely do online shopping. Another way we could say this as well is I rarely shop online. I think both of those sentences would be good there. Mei Feng Chi, I rarely shop at the luxurious shopping mall. Okay, excellent. It's perfect sentence. No changes needed there. Useless items occupy the shelves in many people's closets. Really, really nice here. And I think it's probably the same, it's certainly the same for me. I have to clear out my closets a lot of time. I have things sitting there that I haven't used in years. They're useless. But again, perfect sentence. Darshani, I really do online shopping because credit card. So I would change this a little bit, Darshani. Credit card serial numbers can be stolen. Yeah, very good. Gui saying if we buy useless items, we are going to be in debt. Excellent. One thing I would add, Gui, after items, just a comma here, and that's a perfect sentence. Okay, great to have you in here today, Layla. Yep, watch the video later. It is better not to go into debt because of clothing purchases. Okay, really nice sentence again, Sleepwalker. I do online shopping once in a blue moon. Excellent. So, once in a blue moon is very similar to rarely. So, it's just a more idiomatic expression. This is a nice idiom to mean I don't do it often. So, I do online shopping once in a blue moon. I don't buy online because I like. Okay, so here, Carlos sees we just need a to in front of C. I don't buy online because I like to see and touch the things. Okay, awesome sentences again there, everyone. One more. Yes, I often go through the clothes in the closet and throw out what I don't wear. Me too. Me too. So, we're going to look at our third question today. What kinds of shops do you usually visit? So, we get the idea now where I'm going to answer the question and give you some more details. So, I'm just going to read through it all just now. So, I mostly like to shop in independent stores. I especially like second-hand shops because they have a lot of retro styles and the clothes are usually different from the norm. I'm not really a fan of chain stores as they are too large and busy and they don't sell the types of products I want. So, again, if we look at the structure of the answer, I've answered the question, I've given a little bit more detail, and then I've given something that I don't like as well. So, again, I think this answer would be about 20 seconds. And this is the type of the answer the examiner is looking for in the test. So, answer the question and try to give some extra details. Now, you'll notice in this answer here, I've got 5 more words highlighted. I've got independent store, secondhand shop, retro, norm, and chain store. So, we've got 5 definitions for these. Something that is usual, typical, or standard. A series of stores owned by one company that sells the same items. Businesses that operate out of a single outlet, so just one place. Number 4, a store that sells used items. And number 5, a copy of a style, fashion, or design from the past. So we have our 5 words and phrases. We have our 5 definitions. What you need to do is match them up. So again, you can just write A and then try to match it to one of the numbers, B, and again match it to the numbers C, and so on. So I'll give you a little bit of time to write your answers in the chat. Let's see if we can match the vocabulary with their meanings. Okay, so Gooey's come in first saying number 2, a series of stores owned by one company that sells the same items is secondhand shop. Okay, let's see what other answers come in. Archie is saying retro is a copy of a style or fashion from the past, and a store that sells used items is secondhand shop. Okay. Sleepwalker is saying independent store is out of a single outlet. Secondhand shop is used items. Retro is style from the past. Norm is something that is usual, and chain store is stores owned by the same company. Okay. Shaima is saying secondhand shop is a store that sells used items. Gui has changed his answer here. Number 4, a store that sells used items is a secondhand shop. Gui is also saying a copy of a style or fashion from the past is retro. Shaima is saying chain store is a series of stores owned by one company that sells the same items. Okay. And I think we've got these. So, something that is usual, typical, or standard is the norm. Gui has just come in with that answer. A series of stores owned by one company that sells the same item is a chain store. So most big high street stores will be chain stores. If you think about Walmart, they have so many places all around the world. It's a chain store, one store selling the same items. An independent store is businesses that operate out of a single outlet. There's only one of those stores, and usually it will be run by one person, maybe 2 people as well. A secondhand shop sells used items. I think in the USA, they sometimes call these thrift stores. I think that's their American name. And finally, retro is describing a copy of a style, fashion, or design from the past. So if we describe something as retro, it maybe comes from the 1970s or 1980s or 1950s. And sometimes these styles become popular again. So, especially in the fashion industry, you'll see things like tight trousers. They were popular 2 years ago. They were popular 15 years ago. They were popular 30 years ago. They're kind of retro styles. And these things come in and out of fashion over time. So, those are our meanings for these words and phrases. Let's try to make some sentences using some of these words. So again, we've got independent store, secondhand shop, retro, norm, and chain store. Sleepwalker's got a great question here. What is the difference between charity shops and second-hand shops? Now, most charity shops are second-hand shops. The difference is charity shops, all the money that is made from them goes to a charity. So, for example, let's say it's UNICEF or Save the Children. The money that is raised in that second-hand shop goes to the charity. People don't make money from that. However, a second-hand shop, it could be a charity shop, but it also could be a shop which is somebody's business. They buy items and then they sell them on at a higher price. So, yeah, charity shop usually are second-hand shops. The difference is that the money that is made from a charity shop goes to help the charity. If it's not a charity shop, it's just a second-hand shop, the money that is made from that shop goes to the owner. It is their business. Okay, great to hear. I'm glad that explanation was good for you. So let's see some of these sentences. Sometimes second-hand shop also offers quality items. So I would change this a little bit, Mei Feng Chi, and I would say second-hand shops also offer quality items. So just change the parts that you are making plural. So second-hand shops also offer quality items. Yeah, I used to shop in second-hand shops very, very often. Sometimes you can find great products in there at very good prices, and the quality is great. Chain stores provide a lot of inexpensive clothes. Yeah. So the thing with chain stores is they can afford to make a lot of products so they can get a lower price and they can sell them to you at a lower price. So yeah, very good sentence. Again, grammar's perfect, Sleepwalker. In an independent store, we can choose items carefully. So yeah, I think independent stores are usually a bit friendlier, aren't they? So the staff will kind of let you look around a little bit more, kind of friendlier places. Some people choose retro clothing styles. I would put styles here. Or we could maybe just, instead of clothing styles, I maybe would say retro fashions. So some people choose retro fashions. But yeah, if we're using clothing style, put an S on the end, Sleepwalker. I think that would make it a better sentence. Some people choose retro clothing styles. So do we have any more comments coming in for this? Remember, we can look at the examples I had given of how I use them. So yeah, so these were some of my examples of how I used these words. I mostly like to shop in independent stores. I especially like secondhand shops because they have a lot of retro styles and the clothes are usually different from the norm. I'm not really a fan of chain stores as they are too large and busy and they don't sell the types of products I want. So we've got a few more comments coming in. So let's just look at them before we move on. Secondhand stores have bargains. Yes, I think a lot of the time that is the place you can find bargains. Secondhand stores are great places to find them. And great sentence as well, Gui. In secondhand shops, you can find clothes for all needs. Excellent, Sleepwalker. Okay, we're going to move on to our final question for today. What was the last thing you bought? So, the vocabulary that I'm going to be using here is going to be more to do with maybe the quality of the items that we are buying. So, again, I'm going to answer the question and then give some extra details. So, the last thing I bought was a smartphone. It's a Samsung Galaxy S21 and I bought it last week. I like Samsung products as they are durable and reliable. Samsung also has a wide product range, so I have a lot of choice. Although this product was expensive, I think it will prove to be good value for money. So, again, answer the question first using similar grammar to the question. Um, then give our details. So I went on and explained about the product. Then I talked a little bit about the company that provides the product. And we can see I've used some words like durable, reliable, product range, expensive, value for money. So these are going to be the expressions that we look at in our last vocabulary section. Now, before we do that, I think we've got some. Okay, some comments about the last one. Instead of going to shopping malls, some people choose independent stores. Yeah, a lot of people like to go to local kind of independent stores. Carlos says there are many chain stores like McDonald's. Yeah, so yeah, McDonald's. Oh, there's so many of them. Starbucks is a chain store, as I said. Places like Walmart, H&M. There's so many of these that are in every country in the world. Shaima is saying, I like buying from chain stores because, and we didn't have the rest of it, but there could be lots of reasons for that. Okay, so we're going to move on to these 5 words and expressions. We've got durable, reliable, product range, expensive, and value for money. And then we have our definitions: consistently good in quality or performance and can be trusted, costing a lot of money, able to be used for a long time without being damaged. Number 4 is items sold at a reasonable price. And number 5, all the types of products that a company or store sells. So here are the 5 words again: durable, reliable, product range, expensive, and value for money. So let's see if you can write your answers in the chat. Just match them up again. So A and then the number, B and then the number, and so on. So while I am waiting for that to come up, this is a good opportunity for me to tell everyone, please remember to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you look in the video description below, you can find links to all of our other social media. So everyone, please give the video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel and means a lot to us. So like and subscribe, everybody. And okay, Shaima has got a sentence. Nowadays, a lot of people prefer buying from second-hand shops because of their low prices. Really, really nice sentence there, Shaima. We could do with a comma here, full stop. But apart from that, really, really nice sentence there. Okay, Gui is saying durable is consistently good in quality or performance and can be trusted. Okay. Sleepwalker is saying durable is able to be used a long time. Reliable is consistently good. Product range is the types of products. Expensive is costing a lot of money. And value for money is items sold at a reasonable price. GUI is saying number 2 is expensive. Yep, costing a lot of money. And able to be used for a long time without being damaged is reliable. Okay. Okay, Shaima has finished her sentence from earlier. I like buying from chain stores because they have many types of products. Lovely, lovely sentence there, Shaima. No corrections needed. GUI is saying number 4, items sold at a reasonable price is product range. Okay. And we'll just wait to see if there are any other answers coming in. I'll just give you a little bit of time because I know sometimes the internet where you are is maybe 1 or 2 minutes behind the live stream, and you maybe don't have enough time to type in your answers or press the buttons. So do we have any other answers? Okay. Shivani is saying people around the world look for the product range of various comparison in terms of brand identities. This is a little bit confusing. I'm not sure what you're trying to say here, Shivani. So people around the world look for this word, various comparison. So maybe I think I would just make this simpler. People around the world look for product ranges to compare brand identities. I think that would make it a lot simpler there, Shivani. Okay, let's go on and look at our answers. So number 1, if it is consistently good in quality or performance and can be trusted, it is reliable. If something is reliable, it means we can trust it. Costing a lot of money was expensive. Able to be used for a long time without being damaged is durable. If something is durable, it means you can drop it, it can be hit off of things, and it still works for a long, long time. Carlos Cease was saying 3, 1, and 2, 3. Okay. And items sold at a reasonable price is value for money. So we've not paid too much for it. It's a good price. It is value for money. And product range is all the types of products that a company or store sells. So those are our 5 words for our final part today. So what you're going to do is look at the 5 words: durable, reliable, product range, expensive, and value for money. And you're going to make some sentences using these 5 words. I think I'll put the previous screen up so that everybody is clear about the definitions of these words. And we will look then at some of the comments as they come in. So Sleepwalker, the brand cannot guarantee the reliability of each of the products, however. I don't know why we've got however here. If I was going to be using however in this sentence, Sleepwalker, I would probably have it at the beginning here. So, however, the brand cannot guarantee the reliability of each of the products. And this is quite good here because this is showing the word family. Reliable is used as an adjective. Reliability is a noun. So, yeah, it's the same meaning. This is just a different choice of the word here. So, this is really nice. The brand cannot guarantee the reliability of each of the products. I suppose, however, can work at the end there as well. Yeah. This really kind of depends what would come before and what would maybe come after. So I think grammatically there's nothing wrong with this sentence. I think maybe it just seemed a little strange to have this here because there was no context before. Um, so again, if you want a little bit of help, you can look at how I used these words in my sentences at the beginning. I talked about Samsung products being durable and reliable, and also they have a wide product range. Things are expensive, but they're good value for money. I think Shaima is a little bit behind. Let's just see, Shaima, did you get all the answers correct? D was 2, C was 5, and B 3. Oh, so B we should have matched up here. Reliable should have been up here. Okay, let's see some other ones here. The product also can be defined for its durability factor. Excellent again here, Shivani. You're using the noun durability instead of durable. That's fine. We're just changing the word. So I think defined here. So I would change for then to by. Defined by. The product can also be defined by its durability factor. Okay, so defined by. So when we use defined by, it's meaning related to that thing. E was 4. I think that was correct. Yeah, you were correct there, Shaima. And I spent a lot of money on this thing because it's a durable one. So maybe durable product or a durable item might be better at the end here. Sleepwalker. But yep, that looks good. After shopping around, I bought durable goods using my credit card. Oh, now I'm just going to make one suggestion here, Dashani. Take away on, and we could put in on. So in on independent shop. Everything else here is great. We got 3 of our pieces of vocabulary from today. I love to see that, Darshani. So after shopping around, I bought durable goods using my credit cards in an independent shop. Sorry, 4. Sorry, 4 of the words, not 3. Excellent, Darshani. Okay, yeah. And Gui, you put numbers instead of yeah. I noticed this, Gui, and I changed it halfway through. So some of them, yeah, I wanted to make it easier for you clicking A1, B2, and so on. So yeah, it maybe became a little bit confusing. I do apologize about that. Okay, let's go to that store because they have a large product range. Excellent use of product range. They have many different products. We should make a comparison to avoid buying expensive items. Very good. And a good way to make a comparison, Mei Feng Chi, is to shop around. So, yeah, we should make a comparison to avoid buying expensive items. Lovely. Durable item or items, maybe. You need to think for a while before you make an expensive purchase. Very good sentence, Sleepwalker. So, yeah, we don't want to be impulse buying when we have an expensive purchase. We want to take our time, think about it, and then buy that product. So very, very nice. Okay. Oh, thank you, GUI. Very nice. We should bargain to make sure the item that we buy. So here, Mei Feng Chi, this is really good, but because you're using R here, it would be items. If you want to use item, we could change this to is. But everything else here is excellent. We should bargain to make sure the item that we buy is value for money. That would be perfect. Really, really nice. Shaima, people usually search for durable and reliable products. Excellent, Shaima. I think I always am looking for my products to be durable and reliable. I don't want to buy new things every year. I want it to last 5 or 10 or 15 years. Really good. I don't regret buying it because it's value for money, not of money, value for money. Yeah. And I think this is a big thing, isn't it? Yeah. Sometimes when we buy cheap products and we think, oh, I got a low price, but they're probably not value for money because they're not durable or reliable. So yeah, we don't regret buying it because it's value for money. I prefer expensive items to be purchased occasionally. Very nice, Shivani. And occasionally is another word that we can use as our adverb of frequency, like rarely, sometimes, and often. Really nice use of this word here, Shivani. I prefer expensive items to be purchased occasionally. Me too. We don't want to be doing this a lot of the time. And yep, sleepwalker, value for money. Okay, we are going to go on and just do a quick vocabulary summary. We went over 20 words today. We started with shopping mall and window shopping, snap up, bargain, and shop around. So, this is all quite useful when we're talking about places and activities we are going shopping and the activities we do while shopping. We look for bargains, we shop around, we snap up products. The second group of vocabulary was more to do with kind of money things, ways that we pay, credit card. Problems with credit card is we can get into debt. And think ways that we buy, impulse buying. So sometimes when we are impulse buying, we end up with useless items. The third group was more about kind of types of stores and differences. So we had independent store, secondhand shop, chain store. And then we had these two words, the retro style, which was kind of old fashioned, and then norm, which means the usual style. And the last group of words we kind of use to talk about the products that we have purchased. So durable, meaning they can last a long time and are very strong. Reliable means we can trust that product. Product range is the amount of products a company sells. And then we had two words related to how much money we've spent. So expensive, meaning costs a lot of money. Value for money means it is, we think, even though if it is expensive, it's still a good price. So that was our vocabulary today. And GUI said expensive products are durable sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes they are not as well. And that is the thing that annoys a lot of people. We spent a lot of money, but the item breaks maybe after a few months. So that's our vocabulary summary. Now, what we're going to do today for homework is I want you to choose one of the questions from today's lesson. So the questions were, do you enjoy shopping? How often do you shop online? What kinds of shops do you usually visit? What was the last thing you bought? Now, I also gave two other questions at the beginning. If you want to answer one of these questions, that would be okay as well. So, do you prefer shopping alone or with other people? And describe a popular place to go shopping in your town. Now, if you remember from the examples I gave, this is the type of answer that I would like. So I want you to answer the question and give some extra details in your answer as well. So that's what we're going to do. Choose one of the questions. We have 6 to choose from. You can use my examples from today's lesson to help you. Try to use some of the vocabulary from today's lesson. Write your answers in the comment section of this video on YouTube, and I will give you some feedback on your answers. I'll be telling you the good things that you did in your answer, and then I'll maybe make a few corrections if I think they are needed. So that is the homework for this lesson. Remember to post that in the comment section of this YouTube video. So that is our lesson over today. Thank you, everybody, for your input in today's lesson. I'm sorry if there was a little bit of lag between the answers, so maybe I didn't read out some of your comments in time. But yeah, thank you for everybody that did this. You are welcome, Sleepwalker. That's very good to hear. Are the questions in the description? No, they're not Mei Feng Chi, but I will put them in there. I'll put them in there after I finish the video. So yeah, it might make it a little bit easier. But yeah, those were the questions that I showed here. But yeah, I'll put them in the video description, and you can answer them there. Gui, you are very, very welcome. And Carlos Cis, thank you very much. So I am going to wrap things up there today. What happened there? I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you in the next live stream. Thanks for attending, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.